Uh, um. Hi, I'm starting soon. Just checking the sound. Please confirm if it sounds well. I'm checking my notes. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna wait a bit for some people to come. I should have gotten a drink before starting this. Oh, I haven't played Melty in a while. So anytime, starting very soon. I'll give it 5 minutes for people to come here. I'll do random landing for now. Hi. Grazie, grazie. So, as we wait for people to come, I guess. Gracias por el follow, Matrix. Gracias, gracias. Oh, age safe. Oh, this character. Okay. So I'm doing this in English. I'm sorry for my Spanish-speaking viewers, but the point is that this gets recorded and I can just link it to people from the Melty Blood Discord because I guess I'll introduce the reason why I'm doing this. Thanks for the raid. So the reason why I'm doing this because a lot of new players have been coming to Melty Blood Discord and they have been asking, okay, is this blockstring fine? Am I doing this right? Hey, how does pressure work? I can't open people up. Overheads are too slow, and stuff like that. So that's the whole point of the stream, to show like how does Melty Blood Pressure work, how do block string works, like block strings in this game are like in Blaze Blue or other type of anime games, because we'll see very quickly if we show the inputs. Okay, they're blocking, right? And my A normals aren't jump cancelable on block. My B normals aren't jump cancelable on block. My C normals, none of them are jump cancelable on block. Alright? So that's the norm in this game. Alright? There are very few moves that you can jump cancel on block, and they are very, very specific. So most characters don't rely on like just straight up mix-ups like high-lows or whatever you can think of, like unblockable setups, stuff like that. They just use the tools that the game gives you. Okay, so I wanted to start with a full moon character. I'm going through all moons, right? But full moon characters are the most straightforward pressure, because in this game there's a mechanic called reverse beat, and we will talk about it later, but only Crescent Moon and Half Moon have it. While Full Moon doesn't have it, they have good frame advantage on block. So I'm putting the dummy here to recover with A normal, alright? I'm gonna be crouching, and this is the fastest 2A in the game, okay? 4 frames. So the whole point to show this is that Full Moon has to use chain system, alright? And as we all know, if you play anime games before, most chains go A, B, C, right? But in Melty Blood, you can put big gaps in pressure, alright? So you can put like, you can frame trap 5A with 5A, okay, that's very common in anime games, but like a 2B with a 5C, it's a bit easier in this game. You can like stagger very easily with your normals, alright? So it's the way chaining works is A normals. It doesn't matter the order, you can do from crouching to standing or to standing to crouching. For B normals, you can only do from standing to crouching, alright? So you have to do 5B to B, but you can't do 2B 5B, right? As you can see in the inputs on the left. But the whole point is that your B normals generally with Full Moon are either like safe, very safe on block, like this 5B is safe on block and you can like fully with that 5E. This 2B is plus on block, so that's where the fun thing starts, right? So the whole point is that you can get resets in pressure, but not resets in the sense like you hit them, alright? You can reset your normals. So the whole point is that you learn how to create frame traps from every single normal and try to reset, create mix-up situations where you either reset your pressure and they have to block like your chains again, right? But it's not like you do use your B&B, because you won't be opening anyone up there, right? You have to like 5B, learn the timing for 5A to 5B to frame trap, learn confirms from 5B, counter hit, and like if you're able to confirm from a 5B counter hit into the optimal confirm on reaction, your pressure is immediately so much better, alright? Okay, so that off the board, right? So the limitations from Full Moon characters, they are very obvious when you think about it, alright? Because once you reach a C normal, all you have are C command normals, okay? So I can cancel 5C into anything. I'm pressing 5B, it's not a frame trap, alright? I'm pressing 2B. Yeah, the whole point is that I can just send this to people. Okay. Okay, now here comes the fun part, alright? So once I do 5C, I can only cancel into common normals, and I mean C common normals. Yeah. So immediately the pressure is more straightforward when I reach C normals. So I want to avoid C normals as much as possible when I'm playing full. Alright? Because at the moment I press the C button on block, I'm out of mix-ups. All I have are specials, and I'm not getting much from them. I mean, there's no reason for the opponent not to block. Just like do a safe option to escape, like jumping, backdashing. Like there's no threat there after a C normal. Generally, some characters have really good C normals, but generally you wanna see just try to frame trap with your B normals, your A normals. Okay, like you can see here that this 5B is plus on block. You get a counter hit here. So, okay, that's it. So, the moment they start respecting you, alright, you can get like air dashes to reset your normals again. You can throw, right? That resets your normals too, alright? Or you can do like overcommitments, like getting like very unsafe things that will normally be unsafe, like for example like doing a 5B then dashing up again, right? So it all depends on how much respect you build on the opponent and the defensive options that your opponent likes. Some opponents will like shielding more, some opponents will like backdashing, jumping, mashing, doing option selects, but all you have to know is that your character always has, by design, options against those options, alright? They aren't like always obvious, but they are there, okay? So that's the point with full moon characters. You gotta know. Okay, so summing it up, you gotta know the limitations of your normals. You gotta know how plus on block your B normals are, or how safe they are, because those are your main reset points. And the moment you do, and you gotta know how to frame trap from each normal, right? So you gotta know how to confirm out of your mix-ups, right? Because if I do a 2B counter hit, I gotta know the timing to link into 5B. At least with this character. Some other characters have different confirms and stuff, but you gotta know how to do that kind of stuff, alright? And you gotta learn how to do it on reaction. Okay, because the moment you see that counter hit, you have a lot of time. And if you don't see that counter hit, you do the frame trap, alright? It's very easy. You just gotta level it up sometime, and I can't stress this enough. Learn how to frame trap from every single normal. Now, I'm gonna teach you how to deal with some of the one of the main defensive options in this game, because you know how to pressure in this game. You gotta know how defense works. Defense is very strong in this game because there's this system called EX guard. All right, so you can see the guard bar just below the life bar. Okay, you can see it go down. That's the blue thing right there. It goes down very slowly. Some normals are better like against that, but EX guard recovers it and gives more pushback and makes every single move worse on block. Okay, EX guard is super strong, so you won't be seeing many guard breaks from that mechanic. Usually you will see them sometimes, but that's most of the time some player being just super scared. But the main defensive option to escape these frame trap mix-ups is the shield. Alright? So what we will see here is that this thing going from status shield. Okay, so what I want to show off with this is that I'm going to go for an overhead. All right, this jump A is an overhead, and they can shield it low. All right, now I'm gonna go for a low. This 2A is a low. All right, and they can shield it high. How does that work? How does that work? How is shielding so strong? Okay, so the thing is that all of your repeatable normals, so most of your A normals, some characters have non-repeatable A normals, but most of your A normals in this game are just shieldable. Just it doesn't matter how you shield them. Okay, and that's by design, of course, to make frame traps a bit weaker. And and to have escape from like all of these plus frame situations from 2B and stuff. Okay, so this is where the fun part starts. So the way shielding works in this game is that it's not by if this move is a high or a low. It's are they standing or crouching while doing it. So 2B, it doesn't matter if it's a low or a mid. The fact is that Aoko crouches when she does it, okay? It's a crouching normal. And crouching normals beat high shield, okay? And standing normals beat high shield. I mean, standing normal beat low shield, so I'm sorry. So that's the way. And they get 100 hit, so you can do like your normal, like 100 hit confirms from out of your normals when you bait a shield successfully. So that's how your B normals are so strong in pressure. Alright? And that's why shield isn't like an option to beat every single option in this game. Otherwise, blocking will be too powerful, and if shielding wasn't as good as it is against A normals will be too powerful. Okay, so that's the basics of how pressure works in Melty Blood, and mostly Full Moon is like these B normals mix-ups. Now we're going to go for a C Moon character. C Moons are the common characters in this game, okay? Like they have basically like most of the mechanics that all characters have, all moons have. It's like the most general moon in the game, alright? So same rules apply to shielding. All of that stuff is actually just the same. So normal shielding, I'm gonna show frame traps, alright? So the way A normals work in this game, this is important. This is the way A normals work in this game. You can whiff cancel them. Okay, if you do an A normal on whiff, you can cancel immediately. You can see that I don't have to wait to all the animation of an A normal to do my 2B, alright? That's the way A normals work. So the way chain works for C Moon characters is that they can go for crouching to standing for B normals and C normals, and it doesn't it's not like Full Moon. They don't have the restriction from standing to crouching only. They can do crouching to standing, but there's another difference. Once you do, you can go back in the chain, all right? You can do a 5C, and if they block it, you can do a 5A on whiff, all right? You can, as long as you didn't use the normal already in the chain. I'm gonna start this chain with 2A, and you can see that I can't use it again in the chain. But if I do a 5A, I can do that, okay? Okay, I can do that again. And if I do, for example, 5C, 5A, okay? This is the importance of A normals, okay? So I can stagger A normals no matter what. no matter how many normals I have used in my chain, if I use all of my A normals in a Crescent Moon chain, I mean, if I have used all of my normals except my 5A, I can still stagger with 5A, okay? That's the whole point of A normals. A normals are super strong on block, okay? But not only are they strong on block, because you can whiff cancel them, you can do frame traps, even from far away. I'm missing the timing, but okay, there you go. I was missing the timing, but you can do frame traps from far away just because A normals have a whiff cancel. As long as I haven't used, for example, in this case, 2B in my string, I can do it. I can do the frame trap. Okay. It's very, very strong. Okay, so because the recovery is less in 5C, 5A, even if I don't have 2B, I'm in a better spot. I'm plus on block when I do this. Generally, when I go for a C normal and then with an A normal, even if I don't have anything to whiff cancel into, it's still most of the time a plus on block situation. Now, most C Moon characters, to balance this, have minus on block, okay? Minus on block, A normals. So most of the time you will see that you will have to stagger your A normals no matter what. Okay, A normals aren't as strong as a reset point as Full Moon, because Full Moon almost always has plus frames from A normals. Well, C normals, I mean C Moon characters don't have that advantage. Now, there are some characters like Exhibit, C Moon Respite that have a plus on block 5A, okay? So these characters have even stronger pressure because they have access to plus on block A normals while not having the limitations from C Moon characters compared to Full Moon characters. So this type of characters, A normals are very important in their pressure, okay? But generally, Crescent Moon characters will have to stagger differently, okay? You have to create your frame traps based on whiff cancels, okay? On different staggers, okay? Normals, even B normals aren't plus on block anymore, so there's a worse frame advantage in general, but you can do like less obvious frame traps, alright? Like I can frame trap 2B to 5B if I get the timing right. Okay, there you go. So yeah. So C Moon characters have better pressure in general, right? Because they have more options on block. But the problem is that reverse speed, which is the mechanic that you can go for weaker normals in the chain from stronger normals, okay, have added prorate if you get a hit. So if I do like, okay, I'm getting this out. Okay, if I do this, like some reverse beat here and there, you can see the damage there, okay? But if I don't have any reverse beat in my previous block string or even combo, I get more damage from that. So that's the way they balance reverse beat, all right? So the way you get a C Moon pressure is that your A normals are the most valuable thing in your pressure, all right? Because of the whiff cancels, because of the staggers, all right? And the whole point, same as Full Moon, is to create situations where you can like re-dash, maybe it's a frame trap, maybe it's an instant air dash, maybe you're setting up a fuzzy with the jump in, I don't know. You gotta get creative with that. But that's the way you open people up with, okay? And like A normals have less pushback, have less recovery. A normals are so strong in this game, okay? Now, some characters, for example, most of you will be asking, hey, but how is this a mix-up? I mean, this isn't a high-low. This isn't like, okay, yeah, some characters can do like half-church mix-ups. Okay. Now, C Respite isn't one of them, but some characters like Sea Arcade can do like her 5B, charge 5B is an overhead and her 2A is a low. So she can do like, okay, will she do like full charge 5B or will she do like half charge 5B into 2A? Okay, there's some characters that have that kind of stuff, but generally what you will see is that most characters will try to stagger with their long chains, and your objective, is to realize how ambiguous can I make my chains. Alright? Now this is important because not every opponent will try same options. Not every opponent will try to shield here that 5C into charge 6B, okay? Not every opponent will try to do that. Some opponents will try to jump it. Some opponents will try to bunker. And you gotta know how to delay your normals properly, maybe to beat that bunker. Maybe I have to do like a bit early because I wanna beat the jump, alright? Or maybe I don't wanna do that 6B because they are trying to shield and I'm just going to wait and do the 2B to beat that standing shield. Okay, there's a lot of options. Now, last characters that we have are the Half Moon characters. Now, Half Moon characters have very similar mechanics to Crescent Moon characters, but they have a different mechanic in their strings. All right. So they A normals. I'm gonna change this stage because it's a bit too bright. Just 1 minute. Now, it's the same concept, alright? A normals have a wave cancel. I can do this whole things with the 5A6AA, which is new compared to Crescent Moon, okay? This is the new thing, 5A6AA. Now, what's important in 5A6AA is that every time I get a 5A, I can do 5A6AA. Okay, so your standing A normals are more important in Half Moon than in other moons. All right, because 5A6AA generally move you forward. Okay, with H-Draw you can see it very clearly. Your 5A6AA will move you forward no matter what. Okay, there you have it. Well, if I do like, I'm not that close, right? But if I do, okay, that's different. Now, your 2A is also very important. Now, here's why. Because since every time you go for a repeatable normal, you can go to another repeatable normal. So that means every time I get a 2A on block, I can go back to 5A. Now, if I do, I can do that twice. Okay, some characters have better 5A, 6A than others. Like Him has a very strong one because she can cancel the last hit into 6C charge and stuff like that. Not every character has that luxury, okay? But the important thing about this is that the second hit of 5A, 6A, so it's 5A, 6A, doesn't reverse it into 5B. It's a natural chain, okay? So you don't have that penalty of reverse bit from 5A, 6A to 5B. So 5A, 6A, 5B, 2A, okay? Or you can like 5A, 6A, okay, and they see if they're crouching. I can do a lot of stuff, okay? And they're generally you can stagger a lot in 5A, 6A, okay? So I can turn that into a frame trap 5A, 6A. So Half Moon characters have more normals to work with than the other moons. Okay, unless there's a character with a ton of like common normals like CCL, okay? But generally you will see that H-Moon characters have more normals to work with compared to Crescent Moon and Full Moon. So they are like quote unquote the rushdown moon, but they aren't always the rushdown type of characters. Okay. Now, there's something bad about 586A. It isn't that good. It's good, but it isn't perfect. Okay. So all the things you can apply from Full Moon and Crescent Moon, you can apply into Half Moon, but you have 586A added. But there's one big flaw. 586A has a lot of pro rate. So I'm gonna show you right now that I'm gonna do a combo and it's gonna do a good amount of damage, okay? Okay, that's good damage, right? That's almost 5k from 2A. But if I do even one reverse beat in my string, my previous thing before opening my opponent up, that damage goes so much lower than before, right? I almost lost 1k just from doing one reverse beat, and if I do two reverse beats, I get almost 2k less from that combo. Okay, that's crazy. So 586A, if you have a reverse beat in your previous string, you can't do normal combos like you can do 586AA combos because they will do less damage. So okay, yeah, this was nerfed from PS2. So in the PS2 version of Melty Blood, this wasn't the case. 586AA didn't have that much pro rate. So reverse. That's why Half Moon characters were so strong in that version. Like if you were playing the H version of your character, you were probably doing something wrong, or you were playing like some very busted C Moon or Full Moon. Like F-Arcade in that version was very strong. Okay, but ignoring that, 586A, you have to adapt your combos. If you had previous reverse beat, okay, we saw that combo did like 3k with two reverse beat, right? Let's do that again. Okay, now I got a bit more of damage, right? I got a bit more of damage because I didn't use 586A combo. But if I do this same combo with no previous reverse beat, I mean, the combo does less damage than the 586A version with no reverse beat, okay? Do you have to adapt your combos based on your reverse beat? And that's where this moon, that it says that it's beginner friendly, but it's not beginner friendly because pressure is so much harder and confirms can be so much harder. Now there are some very easy H moon characters, but this is like an added layer of difficulty to this moon. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to say. So let's do a small recap. So what you gotta learn is how to frame trap from every one of your normals. Okay, you gotta set your goal. So check what are your opponent's defensive habits are. Okay, and you have to work do different strength based around them. You want to do different things against different opponents. Like they shield a lot, they like EX guarding a lot, they like jumping a lot, they like bunkering a lot. There are different opponents, you have different strengths for different stuff, okay? So create these mix-up situations where you can like create strike throw, they don't know if you're going through a frame trap. Okay, so that's the general idea of Melty Blood Pressure. That's it. Now for Full Moon characters, there is the limitation that they don't have reverse beat. Okay, that's okay. They have B normals that are plus on block generally or safe on block. And their air normals are very likely plus on block. Okay. And they have low recovery on their B normal, so they can do like stuff like counter hit 2B to 5B and stuff like that. So very hit confirm heavy. Okay. Crescent Moon characters have this whole reverse beat game. Their air normals are very strong. They have all of these layers of brain traps with all of the added stuff. They can be a bit more free with their strings. They can do from crouching to standing. And the same goes for Half Moon, but Half Moon has 5868A, and they have the added layer of 5868A being bad if you already use a reverse beat on your block string, and being very good if you didn't use a reverse beat on your block string. Now, to close this stream, I wanted to tell, to basically know that there are different characters in this game. So this is just a general mechanics things, but some characters, for example, Nero, okay, his goal is to set up summons on block. Okay, so his pressure works very differently from the other characters because he can't dash in. His instant air dash is his fastest way to dash in, to reset his normals and keep the pressure going. And to get that, you have to get your summons out and stuff like that. So you wanna look for spots where you can summon. If you're fighting against Nero, you gotta find those spots where he likes to summon, okay, and challenge there. Some other characters, for example, H-Lin, her goal is very different from other characters because she wants to jump on you. Because she has a very strong fuzzy string, so she can create 50-50 situations very easily. Thanks to her, the arc on her jump, her 5E is a low. She can do 5C rising 5C into J2C, or 5C 5B, air dash cancel 5C into another jump into J2C. So she has like, her goal is to jump on you, to open you up. It's very different from other characters. So, but even then, those two characters, these are just examples, but even then, these two characters still have to play by the rules of the book. So you won't see F-Nero going from a C normal into an A normal, right? Because it's full moon. So you gotta know that once he uses a C normal, he only has so many options, right? And same goes for H-Lin. So you will notice that when she has run out of normals. Her 5B is low, alright, but her other lows are very weak. Like, you gotta know how the normals work. I will talk about Koha. Okay, I can talk about Koha after this. So, I just wanted to know about these characters. Okay, these are two characters that are very different. There are some others that are very different, like F-Mates, but generally everyone plays by the rules of the book. Okay. And this is where I end the video and go for question and answers. So someone in the chat is asking me about Kohaku. Okay, now it depends on the moon, alright, because full moon Kohaku just plays like any other full moon character, but H moon and C Koha has this thing called battle cancel, much like Johnny in Guilty Gear. She can like do her 36B or 36A into a stance cancel. Okay, so this is very simple. This character cheats because she doesn't need to with A normals to be plus on block. If she does like 6C, okay, all guard, 6C, this is generally minus on block, but as we can tell, this is generally not good on block. I can do anything out of it, but I can do 36B or 36A, alright? But if I do this, alright, I'm plus on block. I'm very plus on block. So yeah, but generally she just plays by the book. I want to talk a bit about Koha because she's one of the characters that can whiff her 5A into most crouching characters, normally 5As don't whiff, but Koha does, okay? And there are some others like Seawork and stuff like that, so she will always whiff her her 5A, and that's, depending on how you see, that's either very good or very bad. In her case, it's very good because she has a command grab. And since A normals can whiff cancel into anything on block, she can do this. She can do her 5A into command grab. So it's a very tricky command grab setup, because as you will see right here, it beats shield. It beats shield counter. It beats very easily shield counter. So that's shield counter, and that's a reversal from shield, but she can't grab it. That's very strong. And if the crouching shield is, she can beat that too. If they try to shield this, I mean, they're on all guard. Alright. Status shield. Okay. There you go. So that's one of her strengths. Goho is so strong. Okay, if there's no more question, I'm gonna close the stream, because this was supposed to be kind of a short stream, because I wanted to record like a video, but I'm too lazy for that, and just decided that a stream was a bit better. So are we all cool? Any questions in chat? No, nothing. We all got it. We all got how Melty Blood Pressure works. Yeah. So I'm not doing this for bad faith, because I've seen how to beat pressure. How to beat. I don't really have any question, but thanks for the stream. Okay, how to beat pressure. Okay, so EX guard, as we talk about. EX guard has more pushback added and lets you, like, if a normal is +2 on block, it will be neutral on block after the EX guard. So you have EX guard, which is very strong, which is like just guard mechanic. There's also shielding. So finding shielding spots is where you okay, I'm gonna go back to Full Moon. They're very easy to spot, like shielding spots, because they usually are used for frame traps. So we talk about how QB is plus on block, right? So if you do shield after the 2B, you will know that it's like some type of frame trap is going to come after the 2B, right? But if they bait that shield, you'll beat it. So just be aware of that. It's not always like the best option. You also have like backdash. Imagine if my opponent backdashes here and I try to like frame trap. That 5A won't beat that backdash, and we'll probably return to neutral. But I can like just try to go for the chase on the backdash. There's also jumping. Yeah, backdashes have imble. So there's also like jumping. I can stagger with lows to like beat fuzzy jumping. But fuzzy jumping is also a very strong option, because it beats throws and like a ton of like delay midis and stuff like that. So yeah, that's like your general defensive mechanics are EX guard, shielding, just mashing out of that throw. You don't want to get thrown when you don't want to get thrown. Jumping is very strong. Backdashing is kind of cool mid-screen. There's also dodging. H Moon and C Moon have dodge. I'm going to go for this. Okay, so This is the dodge, but it loses to throws. And they aren't fully imbu. And they aren't counter his stats, so they aren't very strong, but they are something strong. Okay? Like against like normals with long animations and stuff like that, you can dodge and beat them. That's like just like a general gist of how defensive options work and how to beat them too. Yeah, this was meant more for beginners. I can get into more defensive option selects and stuff like that, but I doubt you will like care about those. I can talk about like some option selects that are common. So let's do this. So this is okay. Let's do something a bit easier. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 3. Okay, that's the you get a shield. Okay, that's 1. You press 1 and 2 and A, 2 and D, and at the same time, and that's like crouch select from the Street Fighter 4. If you guys know that, you can shield while taking a throw. But the way to beat this is like get your best starter. Like you can get like air dash GC if you can bait it. You can also do like delay 5B on staggers. Like it won't frame trap, but it will beat that because you gotta like do the late tech for it to work. So that's like the most common option select, I will say, because throws are pretty strong, frame traps are very strong, so that covers both at the same time. But yeah, that's like also an added layer for defense and offense, but that's like a bit more advanced. You will see that on like maybe higher level Melty Blood, not so much in low level, because it's kind of hard to apply in defense. The timing is very strict, and it's kind of also kind of hard to bait it, because it's not very it's not like very easy to spot. Like, why they're air dashing so widely? Why are they like not doing 5Bs that are frame traps? Why? Like, yeah, it's because they're probably baiting some option select and stuff like that. There are more option selects, but that one is the most common. Yeah, I think that's about it. So I'm not asking for anything here. All I want you guys to know is that if you want to learn Melty Blood, join the Melty Blood Discord. There are plenty of regional Discords too. Like there's the South American Discord, there's the Brazilian Discord, there is the Safecord, right? The one that's like modded by Ada. There's the general Melty Blood Discord. There are a ton of Melty Blood Discords, alright? And there are good players everywhere. People are more than likely to help. Just know that this game is very fun, and I'm pretty sure that these are like the basics to understand pressure. If I miss something, please let me know later so I can add it to maybe to the description of the video. But yeah, that's it. Thank you everyone for coming, and hope to see you in another Melty Blood stream. Bye bye.